We're going to talk about some news and rumors, and I just want to say, first off, thank you guys for your patience. Right now, I'm trying to get a new home. That's why a lot of my attention is going towards that, so I have not received a lot of emails, and you notice my videos as of late hasn't been the best in graphics. Bear with me just a couple more days. Everything will be situated out. I'll have a new home, good to go, and then we can get back to epic graphics. But I do appreciate you guys, your patience with this taking place. But in this video, we're going to be talking about Jerry Jacobs outspoken as he talks about Jared Goff. Antoine Randle talks about Jamison Williams, and is the Detroit Lions overhyped? But before we get into today's video, if you're a fan of the Detroit Lions, you need to subscribe to this channel. Why is that? Because that's all I do is talk Detroit Lions news and rumors. Training camp is right around the corner where we're going to have legit information, not speculation, happening every single day. Let's go. Cornerback Jerry Jacobs, he is an outspoken player for our beloved Detroit Lions, in which I absolutely like. I like seeing the swagoo that's taken place with the Lions, specifically in the secondary, because that was a position of weakness last year. But he absolutely loved it on Jared Goff. Says Jared Goff is the best quarterback. He really is a top 5 in NFC. If you want to be honest, you pull the stats out and stuff like that. I'm going to be honest, I played against a lot of quarterbacks. Aaron Rodgers would be in my top 5, but Jared Goff up there as well. Top 5 in the NFC, absolutely. I 100% agree with that. You look in the NFC right now, and you can place him between, I think, 3 and 5. I think that's exactly where you want to put him at in the NFC. Now, when it comes to the NFL, I think it's a little bit different. I think he's close more to a 10-ish to 12-ish type of quarterback, or 9-ish to 12. What do you want to put in there? And Jerry Jacobs is 100% correct. You do got to look at stats. Stats are not everything, but if you look at what he did with the stuff that is not stats, like winning a big game at Lambeau Field and getting the critical first down, that's a part of it, and he did that, not turning the football over, all of that. And I think he's starting to garner a little bit more respect when it comes to Jared Goff. You know, when he was dumped off from the Rams, nobody wanted him. Everybody said he was a window licker and eat crayons. We all talked about it on here. Slow down. He's not that bad, and he's played really well. So I got a question for you. Do you believe that Jared Goff is a top 10 quarterback? Why for yes and for no? I want to know your thoughts on this one. To me, he is in the top 10 consideration for sure. I don't know exactly where I would put him at, but he's in 9 to 10. Let's go ahead and talk about Antoine Randle, Lions wide receivers coach, talking about Jamison Williams, whom everybody has an opinion on. It's dump on Jamison Williams year. Ever since we drafted this guy, trading up to get him, he has been the dump of everyone. But not for Antoine Randle. He says, I don't have to motivate him much when it comes to the ball. He loves the game and wants to be better and works at it. But the encouragement part with all of it's going on is just, hey, keep doing what you're doing. Stay at it in terms of working hard. This is just another stumbling block that, again, you'll come out stronger inside. Those things, just encouraging him, the standpoint, he gets it, he understands it, and he'll be good for him. And once he gets back to get going, he'll relate soon to the season, the preseason. Look, you don't have to motivate him about football. Jamison Williams, there is no issue with him in the game of football, in motivation. He's not Charles Rogers, Mike Williams. That is not him. He is a motivated player, for sure. You don't have to worry about his work ethic. I think his work ethic is completely fine. Again, he had an injury last year, so you can't really tell exactly, how he prepares in a regular season, because we've barely seen it. Let's be honest here. But there was no issues when he was at Alabama. There was no issues about his play on the field. None of that. The only issues that has come from right now is the gambling thing and his social media talk, in which I think is overblown. That's really about it. Him and Jared Goff got to get on the same page. He's got to understand the playbook a little bit more. It doesn't mean he hates the game of football or he is a Albert Hainsworth who just has no motivation at all. That's not the case. And I don't think anybody should legitimately believe that Jamison Williams is not motivated in the NFL. If he doesn't work out, I don't think that'd be the reason why at all. Do I think he works out? Yes, I absolutely do think he's working out. I think he is a different type of personality, a young player. You know, we all are immature at the age of 2021. Let's not, kid ourselves. No one is perfect at all, especially at that young age. I know I was doing a million times worse than what he was doing. I can't even imagine what would happen to me if someone gave me millions of dollars at the age of 21. I'd be drinking quite a bit. Let's just say that, be out at the club and enjoying that type of life. So, I think he'll be fine, folks. It does suck that he's going to be suspended the first 6 games due to the gambling policy, but hopefully Jared Goff can get on the same page in training camp, really start to feel each other. Goff needs to know his speed. He needs to know where the ball is going to be at from Jared Goff. These two got to coalesce, be around each other, hug each other, and get this thing going for this up-and-coming season and in preseason, because it's going to be difficult coming out of 6 games. Jared Goff's already got connections with Josh Reynolds. He's got connections with Marvin Jones Jr., Laporta, and obviously Amon-Ra St. Brown and Khalif Freeman. He's got those connections, and guess what? He's probably going to rely on those a little bit when Week 7 comes around. It's going to take a little bit of time for these guys to get in touch and be on the same page, but the faster the better when it comes to Goff and Jamison Williams. I'm not worried about him. We'll see how it goes this season. Lions offense should be fire either way. Are you worried about Jamison Williams? Y for yes and N for no. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Some are calling the Detroit Lions overhyped of the 2023 NFL season, and there are some things that you could say yes and some things you can say no here. It really depends who you are talking to or who you're listening to. I think some people in the media are, they always talking about the Detroit Lions because the Lions right now are the flavor. They were showing a lot of swagoo in HBO Hard Knocks, and winning the 8 of the last 10 games, it really showed a lot in what Dan Campbell brings to this franchise, what Brad Holmes has done for the draft, what Jared Goff has done as quarterback when nobody expected it. I think a lot of us who are really unbiased, when we got Jared Goff, I said he's not as bad as everybody's saying. I mean, they literally made this guy to be a window licker, like I said a couple of minutes ago. I said he is a 15 type of quarterback, okay? That's where he is. He played above my expectations to more of a 9 to a 12 range, which is fantastic. But if you're the media and you expected this guy to be a window licker when you're seeing him do pretty well, you're shocked. It wasn't shocking to a lot of us, but they're shocked. So, wow, they put it together and they see what's going on. Maybe the Lions are Super Bowl contenders. They're showing a lot of love to the Lions. So I guess that could be overhyped if, you're saying the Lions are going to win a Super Bowl. I don't think that's the case. Right now, I'm more of a game-by-game type of person. I think the Lions will win 11 games, and host a playoff game and win a playoff game. That's pretty much it, and I think that's kind of where the expectation should be right now. Not for the team, but for the fans. I'm like, if you think they're going to win a Super Bowl, hey, shout out to you. More love to you. I got no problem with that. I'm more of a game-by-game type of guy, and, take it as it occurs because we don't know about injuries. We don't know about what's going to happen with other teams. There's so many different scenarios for something like that to occur. So game-by-game is kind of the way they're going here. Some people are poo-pooing the Detroit Lions. If you look at fans, say from the Chicago Bears or the Vikings or the Packers, they think the Lions are dog crap. That's what they think. They think we suck. 7-8 win team as usual. There's no overhype over there. Absolutely no overhype. So the media, they could be a little bit overhyped. The fans of the Detroit Lions, I think we're right there. I don't think we're overhyped. I don't think we're too cocky. I think we're confident the way it should be. And I think fan bases that are not Lions think we're butt cheeks. And we're going to be butt cheeks. Hell, I heard a Chicago Bears fan saying the reason the Lions are going to suck is because they're the Detroit Lions. They didn't say any specific facts. They just said they're the Lions. It is what it is. So, to me, it just depends who you're listening to when it comes to overhype, underhype, and all of that lovely stuff there. But I'm curious to see what you guys think. You know, I was talking about on LNU yesterday that I think the Lions are an 11-win football team. You know, some fans are saying 13 wins. Some are saying 10 wins. I think 11 is good. The guess on of Mike Jones and Anthony was saying 12, right in there as well. That would be amazing. How many wins do you guys got the Detroit Lions having in 2023 NFL season? I think anything below 10 is not good. I think it would be a kind of a bad season if you ask me. Anything below 10 wins would be a bad season. I expect them to get a little bit more than that. I expect them to win the NFC North and host a playoff game and win it. That's what I want to see from the Lions this year, is taking that next step. So, you know, I'm curious to see what you guys have, what your win total, loss total would be. Are we overhyped? Do you think we're overhyped? Do you think Jerry Jacobs coming out there saying Jared Goff's top 5 is overhyping it? I don't think it's top 5 in the NFC. That's overhyped at all. I think that's about right. But, you know, it is what it is, and that's just how it goes. But, you know, we're dropping videos every single day on here. Again, One Pride Podcast is at 1 p.m. tomorrow because I have an appointment. Bear with me with some of the graphics this week. We'll get back to it once the house is settled. I appreciate everybody's patience that has been going on the last couple of days. You guys are absolutely amazing. I love it. With that said, folks,